everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Today I'm doing week 13 of Roxy's Creations weekly challenge for 2023, and it's hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2023. And today we're making what she called stamped painted collage book pages tags / journal cards. I've just got two old book pages here. Both are roughly A4 size. Doesn't matter what size you have, what you're using. You can use anything you like. And you'll need some sort of acrylic paint, some water. I've got an old yogurt pot there. Something to mix the water and the acrylic paint in. This is an old, I don't even know what this was, some packaging I found, and I just used that. I've used it before. So you want a brush, you'll want some stamping ink and some stamps, and I've got my VersaFine vintage sepia, my archival black. What else do we need? And you'll need some collaging bits. So I've just got a whole pile of bits of scraps of collaging paper, and I've tried to pick out all fairly neutral pieces. And then you'll want some, and again I've picked scraps, you want some bits to back your tags and things with. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to collage these pages. So it doesn't matter what side I use. I'll start with that one and we'll just get started. So my where's my glue book? Is here. I've just ripped off a section of it because it was too big, I couldn't cope. I've got some glue stick, and we're going to start collaging over this book page with just scraps. And it doesn't matter if you go over the edge. In fact, I tend to, if I'm making some sort of collage piece, I just glue on the actual page like that. So I'm just going to use any scraps I've got of things like this straw paper, and that's what we're going to use. So I hope everyone's doing all right. Let's put that down there. Okay, I'll try and be as quick as I possibly can. So that's a nice scrap of sort of a nice yellowy colour, that it's sort of like what should I call it, sort of like wallpaper pattern on there. It's very nice, I like that. I'll show you it there, hope you can see. Okay, so we'll perhaps put that over there like so. Just filling up this is where it gets really sticky, I find. I want my dry wipe for this, just to, I'm not using my hand and getting them all sticky, which I hate the feel of. And I've just got all scraps of everything really, so I'll just tear that down a bit to straighten that up a bit, and I'm going to put that down. So it doesn't matter what size pieces, it's up to you what colours scraps you use. It's entirely your decision really. So and it doesn't matter if you go over the edge, because you can trim it off afterwards. Let's see, what else have we got here? Bit of book page. It seems a bit silly putting book page on top of a book page to me. What about a scrap of music page? That side, I think. Don't like too many words. I'm just keeping them like the size they are. I'm just going to put that down there, I think, like that. And oh, I just don't like the feel of it. What else have we got? Scrap with this colour, which is quite nice. I will tear that one. It's a funny shape. It's actually, I think, a bit of packaging, to be honest. Amazing what we hoard, isn't it? It's amazing what you can do with things like this. So I'll just stick that there. Oh God, I always have an itchy nose when it comes to doing anything craft wise. I always start getting a very itchy nose. It's really odd. Let's split that down. Tore it the wrong direction, so take the fibre off because I don't like that. It's not there. Oh. Oh, then this bit can go somewhere. Glue stick is very sticky indeed. Choose the ruler for this edge. Just take that edge off as well because it's all white and fibrous. I don't want too many pieces that are the same size, so that might go there. And what else have we got? That's quite thick, but we'll tear that down. Maybe put that there. As I've said before, I'm not following Roxy. I mean, she's further ahead than this, but just doing it in my own time, to be honest. I always join things late for some reason. I just don't notice things, you know, always on YouTube, like, you know, announcing weekly things and that sort of thing, and then I end up finding out and think, oh, I'd like to do that, because honestly I've made some things with Roxy that I never made before, so I'm really appreciating all of that. So I've got this nice strip of coffee dyed paper. That would be nice. Have some of that down here. Maybe we'll have that there. I love the kind of tide marks on it. Oof. Inky fingers and gluey fingers are not really my thing. There's another piece of lovely, what looks like tea dyed paper. Isn't that nice? That's going to be a nice colour to put on here somewhere. Let's see, maybe we'll have that up there. And I'm also following the other Rachel, Rach and Bella Crafts Rachel, in her 100 days. Again, I'm not following in, I'm behind everyone else, including Rachel, obviously. But I'm just sort of modelling along in my own time, and I quite like doing that. And again, I've made one or two things that I've never actually made before, so it's quite nice to do that, because you're learning all the time, really, aren't you? You know, and also nothing, you know, there are no rules, so it's lovely to see everyone's kind of take on things like that, you know. Oh, here's some nice grid paper, quite like that. I think maybe we'll put that down here, that would be nice. I like the whole, this is going blobby, this stick now. Put that there. Okay, a few gaps. Always end up with a few gaps. I'm just looking through this pile. Let's see what else we've got. I can put on that will jump out at me, maybe. There's a piece of digital kind of music paper there. Let's see. This is very fibrous, I can see. So you have to kind of make sure you're ripping it down in the right direction. So that could go there, that would be quite nice. Almost looks like runes the way it's been drawn, you know, but it is music. So I'm going to have it up that way. Yeah, I think I've got a bit of hay fever. There's a lot of tree pollen around. That's probably why I've got an itchy nose, I think. Oh dear. Don't rub your nose when you've got gluey or inky hands, because you could end up walking around with a very inky face and not realise it if there isn't anyone around to tell you. So if you're like me and you nip out to the post office just as you are, kind of thing, without looking in the mirror. I never forget, I went down to the village post office once and I put this top on, and it was quite new, the top I had put on, and obviously I'd never worn it before. I mean, I'd had it a while, but I'd never really worn it. So I'd put this top on, and I was in the post office, and one of the ladies that works in there, she came up behind me when I was looking and browsing. She said to me, because it's the co-op as well, our post office, it's inside the co-op. She said to me, excuse me, she said, do you realise that you've got your the tag still on your top and it's hanging out the back? And I said, I didn't even know. And she said, would you mind if I just pop it back in for you? I said, certainly, please do. So there I was, walking around. I hadn't even thought to check if the tag was still on it. I mean, if it had been a clothes shop, they might have thought I was shoplifting or something. Anyway, she did. She took the whole tag off, and I was absolutely embarrassed, but very grateful to her for, you know, bothering to tell me, because some people might just look and say, oh, look at her, you know, and then leave me to look like an idiot, which is not difficult really at times. God. And I see her in there. She still works in there, and I look at her and I think, oh my goodness, does she remember that I'm that silly woman that had her tag hanging out of her top? Honestly, I just hadn't noticed. I think I must have got dressed in the dark that day, as they say. Oh dear, honestly. Wonders will never cease. Let's pop that bit in there. Anyway, I best get on because I'm talking too much and not doing enough, and I end up with a video that's massive, long, hour-long one or something. Right, let's just, we've got a bit down here and here. Let's quickly find something nice. That would be okay. Let's just take that side off. And yeah. Why I mentioned that anyway. What was I talking about? Anyway, we're not talking now. We're going to get on, Susan, because you'll end up not being very productive. Talking too much. I did have a nickname when I was a child. Nickname of Talking Tommy, and I think that's probably very appropriate. I'm telling anybody a story, I could go into great detail, and by the time I'm finished, they've gone to sleep, or their mind has wandered onto maybe something else, like what they're having for their dinner or something. Anyway, okay. That bit really, I think. A tiny bit there and a tiny bit there. How did I get left with tiny gaps? Let's put this, let's put a piece of this down here. Let's not waste it. Oh, that wasn't very clever because it's not quite wide enough now. Okay, well, we'll put that there. And we'll still have to find another strip or something. Let's just get that off. Where's that scrap? That could go there, actually. Not waste that little scrap. Oh, hello, Paddy Dog's. Well, he's obviously on the bed because I could just hear him getting off. He's a little terror. So he is. He thinks that bed is his bed, you know, our bed. Honestly. You know, sometimes we're fighting to find room in it. That's very bad, really, isn't it? When your dog takes over your bed. She lays on top of it, and then you can't actually move your feet when you're in the bed and he's on the top of it on the outside. It's like trying to move a rock. Our other dog, Minnie, bless her heart, her legs were too short.
80s from Sue's Global Player.
Alexa, stop. I'm so... Alexa, stop. So sorry. How that encouraged her to start, I do not know. I do apologise for that. Complete nuisance sometimes. Very handy to have, but the randomness of what she says and does is very unusual sometimes, I must say. It's not Paddy barking at something outside, it's her interfering. Right, that's one done. Okay, so quickly put that to one side, let it dry for a bit. And we'll move on to this. This is obviously a Campbell's soup recipe page because it's all to do with soups. So I'm just going to pop down some more. I'll try and use bigger pieces this time. Some more neutral kind of things, I think. Let's see, this is a nice piece. It's got script in the background. It's very faint. Put that down here. Let's see. What do I do with the ruler? I've buried it now. Can't see it. I'm speeding up now. Okay. Okay, that's that one done. So that's 2 done. Right. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut it into tags and journal cards now. So I'm going to get my guillotine, and this one should be dry enough. Let's see, we'll get some nice tags out of this, I think, and we can just randomly cut them. So let's have this one make 2 fairly big journal cards. So I'm not measuring mine, I'm just cutting them. I can see one of those needs a bit more glue. That is the downside sometimes to like a collage masterboard type thing. They can need a bit of extra glue when you go to cut them and everything. Okay, so I'm going to neaten up the edge of this one. Okay, so I'm happy with that, I think. Let's just neaten up the top there. Okay, so that's good. Let's neaten this one up. Make sure I'm in view. So that's okay. And these I'm going to make into tags, so I'll just cut these about there, I think. So the edges of these. Just going to cut that one down a bit. That one's okay. That one needs a bit more TLC, I think. Oh, I don't know why that doesn't want to cut. Cut that. It's probably a bit damp. I'm just going to take a tiny bit off the top as well. So that's that one. Let's have a look at this one. That one, a tiny shred off the end. So I'm happy with those. Okay, let's attempt to cut this one. So I'm going to cut this nice edge off. I don't want it. And I'll make 2 smaller journal cards, I think. That one. And tags. And maybe another tall journal card. And 2 taller tags, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to neaten up those. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to be as quick as I can. Fine. Now these, let's have a tallish one and a shorter one. Okay, and let's neaten up the top of that one. Not done it very well. Doesn't seem to be that sharp, this. And we'll have one this size, I think. and one this size, and I just want to neaten up that side like so. Just a bit of glue there. Right. Okay. Okay, right. So I'm just gonna pop the lid. So now I think before I do anything else, I'm going to put some journal pieces on the back. So I've got some scraps here. I'll do one and then I'll do the rest off camera quickly, because I'm sure you don't need to see all of these. So suppose that could be a journal card that way round. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so it's me, I can't make up my mind. Oh, I like my journal cards that way round, really. So let's not use that. Let's have a look at the other scraps we've got. We've got another piece wide enough. Okay, let's have a look at some of the tags. This will fit on the back of this one quite nicely. I will just tear that down. Any scraps of plainish paper that you've got will do fine. So get those all back up. So that's a nice size piece as well. That will go on the back of one of these. So I keep all my smaller pieces. Now that'd be perfect on there. So I'll do these two and then I'll do the rest off camera and come back. And this will just strengthen them a little bit. What have I done with the piece I had for this? Here it is. Okay. Blue page. And I'm just going to position that on. That'll wipe, and we have a journal space on the back of that one. That's one. Let's do this one. Okay, let's get that moved around so that it's even-ish. And that's one there. Right, we're back in a tick. Hi, I'm back. I've covered all the backs of all of these with some journaling paper, as you can see. Now this pile are going to be my tags, so I'm just going to, I've got this old card, this is an old English Heritage card, and I've made tag shapes at the top, so I'm going to use this as my template, and let's turn that over, and that's one done. And this one will do a different shape, so you can get an old credit card, debit card, loyalty card, store card, whatever, and do the same make yourself a tag template. So this one we will just make a small tag shape, and then if you just flip it over, you can match it on the other side like so. And we'll use this one, turn it over so they're matching, and this one I think I want it a bit deeper, so I'm going to go for that shape, turning it over, lining it up and trimming it down. And this one, let's try that one. So I just cut mine randomly. I don't think too hard about, you know, contemplating what shape they're going to be. I just got a card that was out of date and I just randomly cut them. So this is a tall one, so I want quite a big corner, and lining that one up, and I'll do the same with this one. So and turning that over and doing the same. Okay, so that's done. Okay, get rid of those. Okay, right, the next thing, I'm just going to get my, what I call my messy mat out, because we're going to do a bit of acrylic painting. So what we're going to do, I've got some water here, got my little palette if you like, and I have a brush here somewhere. It's disappeared now. I had it all ready. I think it's rolled off my desk. Okay, we'll just get a different one then out of here. Okay, so I don't have much in the way of brushes. So I've got my, this is my only set of acrylics. I've got a set of 4 metallic ones, but these are my acrylics I usually use for my jelly plate. So I want fairly nice sort of I quite fancy this on ochre yellow. Let's start with that. So, and what you can do is mix. So let's pop that over there, that box, and I'm going to put a little bit in there like so, not too much to start with, and add a little bit of water to it just to, and I just want to see what this colour looks like. So I'm just going to literally paint over this like so, so you can still see the collage underneath. So that's, we'll do a couple in that colour, I think. More water, a bit of mix up. It is messy. Well, it's me that's messy, I think. Just going to wipe that area because I don't want to cover the backs now. Perhaps I should have waited and covered my backs with journaling paper after. So I do like that colour. That's okay. So I'm having to prop them up now to dry them a bit. Okay. Well, you don't want to make it too wet, otherwise your paper will go a bit soggy. Okay, so that's those. And then let's do these. So I'm going to wipe this out, rinse my brush. I'm just going to take the excess out like that, and I'm just going to add another colour into that. So let's add a tiny bit of brown into that. And because I don't have any real pale colours, then I'm going to go for the white. Like so. I just needed that bit of extra water to mix that. That's coming out a sort of a mocha colour. Let's see what that looks like. That's quite nice. Got that one over there. Just putting a thin coat on. Still want to see my collaged bits. Don't know if you can see that on camera. I must try and reposition my camera. I don't know what's happened to the... I might have knocked it. The what do you call that? That it hangs, the tripody thing. Anyway, I may have knocked it and it's all kind of out of sync now. I can't seem to get a good view when I'm looking up at it. Okay, let's put this down. Right. Okay, let's use a bit of this paper as a palette as well. And let's just, why don't we just do white? And a bit of, let's see, green maybe, tiny bit. Come out quite bright. Let's try it on this one. So you don't have to be precise if you don't want to be. Just add a bit more green to that and make it a bit darker. Hopefully you can see this. I just realised every so often I suddenly think, oh, so these are going to have to dry anyway before we do anything else to them. So I've done 2 green, 2 ombre, 2 sort of a browny colour. Let's go with one of these bigger ones and we just do a sort of a white sheen, I think, over it. There's my white. Here's my palette, and I'm just putting a bit of white on there because white's good for most things. I just need to wipe my brush a bit and tiny bit of water on it. and I'm going to go over it with the white because it's a bit like using well, I want to say gouache, but it's not gouache, it's why doesn't my brain want to work today? That's what I'd like to know. Okay, that I'm just going to put a bit more on the brush because take off a bit of that water. It's going a bit wrinkly. Hopefully will dry up okay. I quite like that. That one's nice. I'm going to do another one like that. This one, in fact. Okay, so putting some on my palette. Tinier bit of water this time. Now, I'm just doing like one base colour, but if you wanted, you could, you know, mix it up a bit. Just put a bit more on. Like so. Okay, I'm just going to lie that one down over here. So I'm running out of space now for... Okay, next one. Okay, so what should we put on this one? What about a nice kind of blue? Okay, let's see. If we put that blue over the white, dab of water, and this could be a bit dark. So what do I want to put it on? I don't want to put it on that one, I think. Maybe these two. That's a bit dark, isn't it? I'm only going over it lightly because I don't want it too dark. So you can use whatever colour you want, really. That has come out a bit dark, but it may dry up a bit lighter. Just going to add a bit of white to it. So that is a bit dark, that one. But it's all trial and error, isn't it? Okay, so that sagey green in that water pot's quite nice. I wonder if we can make a sagey sort of green. I'm just trying to think how to mix that up to make it sagey. I don't know if this blue and this green together would make a sagey colour. Let's see. That's not bad actually. Let's try it on this tag. So you can put more on or less, it's up to you. It's entirely your decision as to what you put on, so I'm just leaving mine like that. I'm even leaving some little gaps there. And see, I would like to make a sort of a paler colour really. Just make quite good palettes because it doesn't actually come through the paper. So let's see. What about I'm stuck. A real pale sort of coffee colour, but really pale would be nice. Oh, I don't know why I've got that green out. That's not what I wanted. This is burnt umber and this is burnt sienna, which are very dark, aren't they? I'm just thinking about maybe this, a bit of this yellow. Oh, it's very, very bright. Maybe we could tone it down with some orange, just a tiny bit of that. It's like mixing a cake. And this is orange. Oh, that's too much. I just dabbed my brush on it. But I don't like that whatsoever. What can we add to that now? Let's try a bit of white. Coming out that sort of this sort of colour really, this ochre colour. So I have no pale colours at all. Mine are all kind of primary colours. Put a bit more white in. And maybe a dash of this brown. I'm making the same colour as the other colour now. Yep, I'm just making that colour up myself. I'm not liking that at all, so I'm thinking, what shall I use? I don't know. gesso is the word I'm thinking of. The white is just very similar to gessoing, isn't it? I think my colours are a bit too bright, too primary, really. So I may just stick with the white. I'm not keen on that. The green ones have come out very dark, so I'm going to stick to this colour, I think. Yes, I'm looking at my box and they're all kind of bright colours, you know. So, and I don't really want that. So, even the brown, the tiniest bit of brown is going to really make that dark. I know it is. As it's come out like a pinky colour now, like a flesh colour, which is not really what I want, so I'm not going to use that either. Put that in the bin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lids back on, and then I'm going to get my bronze and gold one, copper, and we'll do the last two in those, and then I'll let them dry and I'll be back. So I just want to put the lids on these. These are sort of good for jelly plate things, really, because they mix up better. Right, let's get them. They're over here behind my desk. So these are my acrylic metallic ones, these are. So I do like the copper, actually. I think we'll use the copper, maybe the bronze. Let's try the copper first and see what happens. So I'm going to put some on here. Like so, and I will water it down. Let's put a bit more on. I think we might do two anyway. This comes out a lot more. Oh God, that came out. I squeezed that too hard. We're definitely doing two now, so I don't want to waste it. I do like these. Okay, here goes. Oh, that's nice. I like that very much. Oh, that's one. Where am I going to put it though? running out of drying room. And then this one. Very nice indeed, I think, anyway. All right. That's okay. Now the others have dried up okay. These are the ones we originally did in that kind of mockery sort of colour. These I'm not too keen on. I'm thinking of going over that with some of this bronze now. So they're darker, but we'll have an extra depth to them. That's lovely. I like it a lot. The bronze and the golds. Where's the other one? That one's not quite so dark. So see if I can use what's left on here just to give that a sheen. Nice. Now the green, not too bad, is it? Not too bad, but let's see if we can put something over the top of this one. Let's put some of this. You have to sometimes shake these up because they settle. It could be a bit oily. They don't necessarily need the so that's bronze, so put some bronze over the top of this green because I'm not over keen. So try to work very quickly so that I don't take too long. And it's only a fine coat. Like that. Right, so it's going to dry up with a nice kind of sheen on it. Okay. Right, I will be back. Okay, see you soon.